Tonight I'll be casting on probably the most important cast on. Melt the ice hat. For those of you outside of the US, we thank the Norwegians for their talents, their resistance, and hope. If you're not aware of this hat, in the 1940s, Norwegians made and wore red pointed hats with a tassel as a form of visual protest against the Nazi occupation of their country. Within 2 years, the Nazis made these protest hats illegal and punishable by law to wear, make, distribute. As purveyors of traditional craft, we felt it appropriate to revisit this design. This is being released by Needle and Skein out of Minnesota. Proceeds are going to help fund some of the businesses involved in the Minnesota area that are being quite affected by the protest and ICE movement. If you're not an American, reference pre-war Germany. That's where we're at. I don't say that lightly. I'm going to be knitting a wool hat to wear in any protest in the Florida area. Thank you.
TLC. Ask your doctor if Tagrisso is right for you.
Have you ever felt so sluggish that it was like you were stuck in your chair? Like you didn't feel energetic enough for even routine activity? I've been there. And as a doctor, I knew this could be a sign that my digestive system wasn't working at its best. So I followed the same advice I give my patients and started taking Metamucil fiber every day.
Metamucil is the only leading brand with plant-based psyllium fiber that gels to help trap and remove waste, so you can feel lighter in as little as 14 days.
After trying it for 2 weeks, I decided to keep taking Metamucil every day to help meet my health goals.
Metamucil psyllium fiber also helps curb cravings between meals, helps lower cholesterol to support heart health, and helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels. That's why Metamucil is the #1 fiber brand recommended by doctors, pharmacists,
and gastroenterologists like me.
Metamucil.
This has been all day.
Digestive health starts here. Scan to shop or visit these fine retailers today.
All right.
Learn more about Celebrity Cruises' latest offers.
We are tracking breaking developments in Minneapolis, where federal agents fatally shot a 37-year-old ICU nurse. We are live on the ground in just a few moments. Plus, we're going to have new...
Okay, cruising jumper. This is one that I had kind of hoped to get done as a Christmas present this year, and I did not make it. And so I've put this one and another jumper that I was planning to make for my daughter in here, because I was like, I do need to start them. I have the yarn, I haven't started them yet, and so if they come up, that'll be a good excuse to get going on it. So the crow's-own jumper, I'm not even sure if that's the name. I'm gonna go grab that. I have finished off the pattern because I had planned to start it. And I have the yarn somewhere. I will be back. Well, after yesterday, when I started 5 pairs of socks and had a lot of planning to do, this morning was pretty quick to grab everything. So let me show you what I've grabbed. I have the pattern printed out, like I said. It is Crozon. I'm not entirely sure how you say that, but it is with a C. I had written it with a K. And you can see here, it is just a basic raglan sweater knit with stripes. Now, when I was planning this, and I need to double check that I've still got the right size for my son, but it does. It is a pattern by Lisa Emery from Frogginet Knitting Patterns, and it goes from 3-month-old to 16-year-old, which I think is great to have a pattern with that kind of range. You can just kind of knit it for your kids and keep doing it over and over and over again. And the 16-year-old is for a 32-inch chest. Let's see, what does it say for? Oh, here we go. So on the front it says recommended for this size chest. The largest size has a chest size of 36.25 inches, and so that is that 4 inches positive ease. So you can, just choose the size of your kid's chest and make it accordingly. So that will be fine for my son. I will measure his chest and double check what size I need. But I'm pretty sure when I checked it, I needed 3 skeins of the main colour and 2 or 3 skeins of a contrast colour. So I had a look, I checked with him what colours he wanted, and because it's already striped, he wants different colours in the stripes to make it a bit more of a bold thing. And so I don't know if I'm going to do one colour, a group of 1 colour stripe, then the next colour, then the next colour, or do 2 of 1, 2 of 1, 2 of 1. I think it's going to alternate every stripe. I'm not sure yet, but I will show you the colours in a second. I've also grabbed some try-on cord. This is not the Mitten Barber, I think this is the knit stuff that I will put in here because it's a top down, so I'll put the sleeves on hold at some point. And I've just got another deodorant tin here that I filled with just some basic stitch markers. I haven't got a needle in here yet because I know So, what yarn do I have? I am going to be doing this in drops, air. So this is a blown yarn. It is made of baby alpaca and merino wool. It's 65%.
Good morning. Today is day 2 of my working on the melted ice hat. This is what I have so far. This brim needs to be at least 6 inches. I'll try it on at this point and just show you that I think it probably needs to be even longer than that. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, this is very important to me. Killing American citizens is not okay. And I will resist until the end of time. I've told my kids that I will be likely headed out to some things in the Orlando area. I'm not scared. So I need to finish this in the next day. That is my hope. I'm not sure that will happen. I have a doctor's appointment pretty soon that I need to leave for. And not sure what's on the agenda after that. But if I haven't told you, this is made with Cascade 20, I always want to call it 2020, 220 in the worsted weight. And it's, I don't know if there's a color number, is 8895, which is red. I don't know what else to say about that. However, yeah, so wish me luck that I get this done. I have a Zoom meeting tonight at 8, so I will be able to get some of that knit this afternoon and hopefully finished during the Zoom meeting. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Yeah. So hopefully you're having a great day and starting to understand our slide from democracy into fascism. And yeah, don't care what side of the political aisle you're on. It's not okay for immigration, customs, enforcement, which is ICE, to target U.S. citizens and kill them. Yep, it's not okay. So I'm sure I'll lose a lot of people here because of that statement. Hopefully they'll understand that committing murder of innocent people is on the wrong side of history. This isn't political at all. This is human rights violations. If this was another country, we would be in there trying to rescue them from their government regime. This is fascism. If you don't like that, see ya. Knit in peace, guys. When I started this, I meant it. I'm going to be following through on what my values are. afternoon, my knitters. This is day 2 of my last 12 cast-ons. I have to say I'm a little excited. There's a lot of pressure here. Ange, what? Come on. There's a lot of pressure. How on the earth did you do this from Christmas Eve to New Year's Day? Wow. That's all I got to say. So, how's everybody? If you've participated in the 12 cast-ons and you have gone over to Ange's forum, discussion board, whatever it's called, over on the Ravelry page, and you've put any entry in there, what have you put in there? Are you working on these 12 cast-ons? I want to hear about them. I know some of you have put down that you've cast on certain things. I know Bobblehead Knits, and I think Evie said that she was doing some things. I can't remember. Of course, I didn't bring my phone in here to, when I was going to record. So, what can I say? Anyway, I want to show you my progress. This is the Melty Ice hat. Those who live in the US likely know what this means. This is a hat, if you haven't seen, in the 1940s, Norwegians made and wore pointed red hats with a tassel as a form of visual protest against the Nazi occupation in their country. Within 2 years, the Nazis made these protest hats illegal and punishable by law to wear, make, or distribute. As purveyors of traditional craft, we felt it appropriate to revisit this design. This is by Paul Neary, and his Instagram is @yarn, what do you call that? Not hyphen, but brain fart, /line cult. @yarn cult. Getting old. All right. Anyway, this is a paid-for pattern. I won't be showing you the exact details. There are free patterns that have come up from this, but they are using proceeds to help businesses in the area, but also now there are efforts to use some of this money. I think they've made over $28,000 as of this morning, so that's pretty phenomenal. So even if you're not thinking about making it, and being in Florida, really I shouldn't have, but you know how it is. FOMO. Yeah, so if you're not even gonna make it, it's a $5 donation for the pattern. And certainly you can maybe gift that to someone that might make it. So let me show you my progress. That's just what we're here for. All right, I'm using Cascade 220 in worsted weight. And I would have had this, well, I almost had this done. And then I found a glaring error that drove me nuts, and so I had to pull back. I mean, taking it off the needles back. So yeah, I'm now to the part where they decrease. So if you look at the pattern, you can see that I've knit up to here. Now I'm working on the decrease, and then I'll make the tassel. Yeah, I think I'm going to be using most of this because the tassel takes quite a bit of yardage. Yeah, it's kind of amazing. So there's a skein out of my stash. Yeah, that's good because I just bought 2 last night. I watch a podcast. They say to help a yarn store that has had minimal business because it's kind of around the corner from a lot of these protests and murders, and so they're a small business on a good day, and yeah, her business has been affected quite a lot. So the call was to help knit and bolt. I no affiliation whatsoever. However, it was just mentioned by Corey Ellenberger. I think that's how you say her name. She's a designer and she lives in Minneapolis, and that happens to be her local yarn store. And so she said, if you could just go and, you know, buy a skein or two, you know, just to help. So what did I do? Yeah. There goes that no buy ban, right? It's almost charity. I'll use it. I will. I have plans for several scrap items this year. This was an impulse cast on, and actually this is going to use more yarn because it was unexpected. So this will take a skein out of mine. So I rationalize it that way. How about you? I know a lot of us are like no buy, low buy, trying to stay away from it. And I really hope that I was going to be able to go through January doing that, but well, it won't get here maybe till February because of the snow and all the things. Yeah, my dog's vitamins, they're stuck in somewhere in North Carolina because of ice. So yeah, so it might not arrive till February. So maybe I can count January as, yeah, no. I am keeping track of the grams that I used, and I'm going to have a video that talks about 2025, and after each month, I'm going to try to keep track of it. You heard it here first, you know, whether it happens, but to show you. And so far, I've used over 1,000 grams. Yes, that's it. 1,000 grams. Does that sound right? Yes, that sounds right. And it's sweater making. Yeah. And this certainly is helping. So this will be close to 100 grams right there. And that'll be finished tonight, maybe tomorrow, if I don't make more mistakes. So anyway, that's the progress. Going to the grocery store later and doing some housework. Doesn't it sound like perfect day? By the way, this morning it was 31 degrees here in Florida, where we are, and I know that seems very much like balmy weather to the rest of the country, but yeah, people were searching for their shoes rather than their sandals, and that's really a crisis. So, on that note, I will see you maybe tomorrow and wrap all of the 12 cast-ons. Who's glad? Raise your hand. I know I am. Again, kudos to Ange over there, who makes it look so easy in keeping track of videos, days of the week, numbers of cast-ons, all the things. Yeah. I don't have a production crew. I know she doesn't have a production crew. Yeah, there's nobody giving me a little cue card saying, that's cast on 10. Yeah, I have no idea. But this is 12 because it's the last one. So, anyway, see you. Take care. Stay warm. Knit hard. Knit happy. Good afternoon, knitters. This is the last hurrah of the 12 cast-ons from Ange and YarnNYarns. This is my last podcast about them. I don't know who's going to be more excited, you guys or me. Yeah, exactly. Can you tell what I finished? Yes, this is my melt, the ice hat pattern. Lots of people are just buying the hat pattern. It's $5, and they're making a donation to help supply food. People are buying food and taking it to homes where people do not feel safe. And essentially, it's people of color. And it's horrific. So, yeah. So I finished it. And this is it for the cast-ons. Let me tell you a little bit about the pattern. If you're going to knit it, this is just me. You're supposed to knit the rib 6 inches. It does say or more. Personally, or more is a better option. I would probably go 8 inches just for my head. But if you've got a hat that fits you the way you want it to. Now, I would prefer to have that down over my ears, but that's gonna slip right back up. So if I had another inch or inch and a half, it would definitely be satisfactory. And if I were to do it again, I definitely would make it that size. The tassel was fun, you braid it. And a friend of mine said she felt real Norwegian braiding it, and her inner Norway came out of her. So yeah, it's very cute. And there's all kinds of history surrounding this. If you're interested, I'll leave a couple links to things that I'm aware of. But it is in protest of occupation of Minneapolis by ICE. So if you feel like you can, it'd be a great pattern to buy or donate to the cause. So, yes. Anyway, I just want to thank you for all your comments, watching, your encouragement, letting me know what you've cast on, and all the things. It has meant so much to me. This has been fun. It really has. It's been a fun adventure. I did it informally a little bit last year, and I thought, well, maybe I'll do it next year on the podcast, and here I am. I'm likely to do it again, and not Vlogmas. Yeah, this has been fun. This is more my speed. But yeah, I would do it again. Drop down in the comments below what you cast on during this month of cast-ons. Didn't need to be 12. It didn't need to be, you weren't really officially doing it. I didn't officially do it the last 2 years. But if you still want to join in, you've got until the end of the month of January, and you can show your finished objects, your works in progress, chat about each other's projects. It's a nice community. So on that note, I just want to remind you that we do have Make Along coming February 1st, which is Sunday, only a few days away. And so get those whips out that you'd really like to finish, or that you're close to finishing. You've got one sock done, you're ready to get on the other one, and get it off your needles. So join us in that. There will be prizes, and it's just a fun way to do it. And it looks like it's going to be cold and snowy this winter. So what better way than to try to win some yarn or some patterns? So yes, go over to Recreational Knitting Community in Ravelry and start chatting away. There's one for finished objects. There's one for just chatting, drop down what you're thinking about working on, talk amongst yourselves, all the things. Yeah, so I hope that you've enjoyed this series. There will be updates. I'm going to kind of do a podcast to tell you what I've accomplished, what I have gotten together, what I cast on, and watch out for that one because I will be announcing the winner of the pattern for last time's podcast. 11. Yeah, I told you to put where you were from. Yeah, I'm going to pick that tonight. And yeah, I'm going to let Alexa do it. So Luke is working, so Alexa's my next best thing. Okay, enough of me waffling about. All right, take care. Please take it seriously. Knit in peace. Thank you.